Hello, my name is Creo6 and welcome back to Elden Ring. Oh right, I could do that as well. Let's consider that one of these days. Okay, cool. Let's go here and give the bell bearing to the person. Yeah. This much I do know. Yes, to give the bell bearing to the yes. Okie dokie. I always forget which way is which though. I think it's here. Hello. I mean, sure. That's something. Smithing stone 2s are a thing that would help me experiment eventually. That's we're somewhere. That's still something. Okay, and now to the smith to actually upgrade this sword. Hello.
Well, I took you've no man to lay out your arm.
Lay out arm. Oh, one more. I probably should go back to the cave and try to find one more smithing stone 3. Damn. I guess there's nothing else to be done here anyway. Okay, ooh. It's throughout the game. Yeah, that's fair. I probably will Google some of them eventually because it still does create the same problem of unless you find a very specific cave in a very specific spot in a huge world, it still makes the game impossible to experiment with. Alright, but let's see if I've missed a bit of this cave in here somewhere. I probably have. Damn. Come on. There's rune farming and material costs and upgrade costs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do have a good number of golden runes, though, just in case I need something really badly. So I try not to sell those unless I need a moment. Come on. There you go. Alright. So now, this maybe should work now. Yes, good. Here. I don't know if I've missed anything, but I can at least try. Oh, it's a yellow-headed or eyed one. They give like 5 times the XP. That's an interesting mechanic. Alright. Right. I don't think I missed a corner there, but there might be something I haven't looked into here yet. It's kind of hard to keep these all in check. Come on. Cool. That works too. Okay, I think this yeah, that's done. I explored that already. Was there anything I didn't check here? Okay, that's one. There we go. Oh, hello. Let's try to de-aggro him for a little bit. Right. Money isn't the issue about New Game. Oh, for sure. But again, New Game Plus is always a really not a good argument for anything, especially in this one so long. Oh, wow. Cool. There we are. That doesn't look like anything I need to look into. Yeah, I checked those already. I wondered if I could just grab the crystals and just he would leave me be, but no. Come on. There you go. Yeah, I checked this already. I think this just leads to the same spot anyway again, right? I already checked out that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, alright. Oh well, can't win every time. Man, 1 smithing stone 3. I also really don't like the fact that the stones are just caught like 1, 2, 3. That's lazy and a lot, honestly, slightly confusing. Not even slightly. Alright, well I think that's all of it then. Alrighty. Okay, maybe I need to kill these first, I don't know. Da-da-da-da-da. So yeah, the first one of the bell tower walking things sat down when I destroyed like some sort of calcified formations in their feet, but this one doesn't have those, so who knows. Come on. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Oh, come on. There we go. And you. So far, nothing. And there you go. 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 Lakes of Liur is a bit mad. It wasn't my favorite area initially, so I kind of sped through it, but there's so much everywhere. Oh, I mean, that's kind of true of most of the areas, but again, I am, on some levels, I am sort of impressed how big the game world is, but it does remain needlessly big. Like, the areas could be so much more tightly woven together than what this is, and I feel it sometimes is just too big for its own good. Recently, a Sacred 2 was in Games for Xbox Games Live Gold or whatever. And it reminded me how that game was only big for its own sakeness and bigness. And it just made it just exhausting to play. And eventually, I think most people just stopped playing it because of that. Alright, so what's up with you then? My mind is a question mark. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, that much is for sure. I mean, I think there's something to be said for huge environments that dropped some jaws. Elden Ring kind of reminds me of Dark Souls times Shadow of the Colossus, for good or bad. I have to admit, when I played Shadow of the Colossus, I got exhausted trying to find the bosses because the compass or the sword pointed toward them in as the crow flies, and that often wasn't the way to get to them, so I was like, I got frustrated with it. Never finished it. And empty open, well, not empty, that's not what I mean. In detailed open worlds are not exactly good open worlds. I'm reminded of Witcher 3. That game is a big game, but all of it feels a lot more handcrafted than this place does. And areas feel more important and sensible and meaningful and like more like they're telling a story. This one, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure there's a puzzle, but no, nothing is, you know. If you need to jump onto it from above, I quit. You actually might have to. Wow. Jesus. Fuck you. That is BS. Interesting. I love you love the environmental storytelling in this. That is, I don't know what to even say about that. I feel like there is none. Or very little of. Like having an environmental storytelling beat in like a in between 3 miles of knee-deep water does not make a... I don't... Like, so far, I haven't seen any of what would be described as that. I don't know. Apart from inside the actual dungeons, sorta, kinda, you know. I don't know what to... Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I feel this is exactly the opposite. I feel this is a very empty open world. And very much at least void of environmental storytelling, that's for damn sure. Especially because it has so many copy-pasted assets. Like the grids of sarcophagi, for example. Oh boy. Right. Clank, hi, welcome. Elden string, exactly. Maybe... Did I check this ever? I don't know. I probably did. I have to imagine I checked that already, because this is kind of void of anything. Running out of ing words. I mean, that was plenty though, so you're just looking around for me at least, I have lots of questions on who's where and why as with the other From stuff. I mean, so like, let me rephrase what I'm trying to say. So like, in that lake area, I can ask, why is the Walking Bell Island there? Sure. But there's a lot of miles of nothing in between that and the next thing that is anything, basically. And those miles of stuff have nothing in terms of details and environmental storytelling. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's so much empty space in terms of environmental storytelling in between the map areas themselves. And on top of that, there's a lot of copy-pasted assets in the whole thing. In between places. And even some of the maybe supposedly environmentally storytelling-y bits are also copy-pasted assets, like again the sarcophagi is my, favorite example. I don't really... The areas in between don't have what you're describing, I feel, and that's the problem. Your wrists are angry with you, but overall hanging in there. Okay, well, you need to let your wrists rest. So you need to find a way to let them be for some time, I'm sure, and then that'll help. Okay, I don't. Oh, what now then? And that might be something. Finger Reader Crone. Maybe she can help me unlock some stuff. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if I can bring it across if Legend don't feel it. I was just constantly surprised by encountering strange new pockets of stuff, even when I thought I'd combed through it all. That's real. That is fascinating, I have to admit, yeah. And likewise, I probably sound crazy saying that it's not your experience. Yeah, like, we just have a completely different read on what we do. It's actually quite fascinating, yeah. Well, I mean, if that's your experience, then you're not wrong. That's how you felt about it. I don't know what to tell you. Alright. Okay, so... I am supposed to... Ah, hello.
You... Please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Show hands.
What a pity it is to... All you can do is stand at a loss, without even the half-crescents that wish to be whole. Before the unmoving, unfeeling grand lift ahead. Or are you planning to throw yourself to the waters? To find the coward's passage through the dim cavern?
Okay.
Please.
Right. I'm also kind of getting annoyed at the fact that the game keeps putting these sort of like, hello, a barrier! In, like, can't we just, like, go places? Why honestly bother examining it? It won't open. Cool. Alright, so I have to, I have to guess that the way to reach the bell tower is to jump on top of it with the horse from the, like, foots that I fell down from. And just do, like, a 25-minute run trying to lure it here until you can do it. I have to assume that that's the way to solve that one. And if that's the case, that is proper bad design. I hate it. Okay. What else? Oh, I could probably go and do the, this thing. Oh, wow, that bonfire is a really bad place to go to, though. I don't know. Respect your reading, it's been an interesting check that's gotten me thinking about From Design. But speak very optimistically, let's imagine Elden Ring is Demon Souls, and in a while they'll make your Dark Souls or Bloodborne of choice. I am not optimistic about that, because as we've discussed before, like, when Harmo was here, we went through the notion of the environment of how these games are both reviewed and how the community reacts to anyone calling out their issues. The reaction is always shut down the conversation and call the person who brought out the issues all sorts of ad hominems, and then that stops there. And the game remains perfect with, you know, issues everywhere. And then those issues are never ever fixed. So these, like, Elden Ring has almost every issue that Dark Souls 1 had, with the only big fix being the jump button. Beyond that, I think it has every other design flaw that Dark Souls 1 had. So, I wouldn't be too optimistic about it. And adds a couple of other flaws as well. One of the really big ones being that the loot is really bad in this one. Man, I hope I can reach the Ever Jail from here. I'll read the chat in a minute. I can't really stop from here. I need to just keep going for a hot moment. Give us a minute. Oh, I do actually like the fact that those harpies can sing. That's pretty fun. That's on the left there. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Just let me look at the map, you piece of... Alright. So it's like there. here. Outside of... oh, sorry. Maybe they go Armored Core. Who knows? I've got to admit, I find Bloodborne aesthetically interesting in a way I don't see in any other Souls games, except for maybe a few of Dark Souls 1 bosses. That's fair. That's true. I haven't played Bloodborne, but I've seen some of it, so I can get behind that, sure. To be honest, I've not been successful at downing this mausoleum. I think doing some horse double jumps are involved, but I can't speak to success. Yeah, I think the way I tried it is the way to do it, but it just requires like 20 minutes of luring it to be close, and that sucks. It's bad design. Bad, 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 bad. Outside of narrative storytelling, though, do you like the art direction? That's something I really enjoy deeply in this. I don't dislike it, at least, so I think that's a plus. Like, what I can recognize as, you know, like, so what I do like, right? I like quite a bit that the world design as an art style notion is about these trees that give light. I like it. I think that's fun. It reminds me of the Age of the Trees from Silmarillion, which I feel is a nice, you know, it might, I don't know if it's like an intentional callback or not, but still, I like that. I like the architecture of the buildings. They look cool. Not dissimilar to Dark Souls architecture, but still, it looks good. So that much, yes. Elden Ring feels somewhat aesthetically stale after seeing all the other Souls games. That is kind of what I was going to say. Yes, because I checked myself from not starting like this, but I almost said about the art style, like, apart from the blades of, like, endless blades of grass, because there's a lot of not interesting nonsense in this as well. Like, say, I feel that's a pretty good, like, do you see the church in the distance right there, right? That church looks fine, right? And a lot of grassland, trees, cliffs that are all samey around it that are most of the screen. That's kind of my first reaction to the art style question, though. I like the trees, I like the buildings, but the environment is very stale. The enemies are fine, but not many of them, like, do anything special to me. Like, after all the Souls games and so on, they don't really do anything too... They seem kind of safe. Familiar, even. Likewise, even though I'd argue that it's more interesting than climbing and pushing a button on a radio tower, I never claimed it wasn't. Although, I do think it's worse. It's more interesting, but it's worse to do. Because at least a radio tower, like a Far Cry 3 radio tower with its jumps and so on, is at least a jumping puzzle that's sensible to pull off. You have a gap in front of you, you jump the gap, you grab a thing, you climb the thing, you jump a different gap, and you just, like, progress it as in it's kind of like a built obstacle course for you. If that's how you do that, waiting 20 minutes to lure the bell tower that's walking into the good spot for you to even go for a very finicky platforming mechanic still to manage that thing with an insta-death below it. And when you fail, the whole thing all over again, lure the thing into the thing for the next 20 minutes. Interesting is a word for it, but it's also terrible. Like, I'm really struggling, but I'm pretty sure that if the mechanic is lure the thing for 20 minutes there, go up the thing with the horse, then very finically try to double jump from one of the protruding gravestone slabs and get there and hope it works. With a very weird gravity fall damage thing going on. And then redo the entire thing from beginning the moment you fail even a little bit is the worst radio tower or any other tower puzzle of any video game ever made. Interesting is a word, but not a positive one, though. When you do a radio tower in any Ubisoft game, you don't need to at least go back to the beginning and lure a goddamn walking island back to a spot where it deigns to be accessible. Like, let's... Come on now. And there's no tower puzzle that's, like, as important as that, as in a radio tower or the equivalent of. That's as bad as that is, then. That's more interesting, yes, in a very negative sense. It's interesting in the same sense as a colonoscopy is interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing a walking island in an Ubisoft title. That's fair. That would be fine. I don't argue. But one that's easier to reach than that. Get a feel for what you're doing when you find a goal or earth tree or catacombs. There's exceptions, but you get a feel for what happens in a certain repeated architecture. Yeah, but if you get a feel, like, that's another problem that I'm finding in this open world, because Elden Ring gets compared a lot to other open world games, like indeed Ubisoft titles, and I don't think it's a fair comparison to call Ubisoft open worlds bad in comparison to this. Like, my vibe is that Assassin's Creed Valhalla doesn't have a worse open world than this one is, I feel. It has basically the same-ish amounts of, you know, pockets of environmental storytelling than this one does. At least that's what I feel it has. But, like, at least the things you are going up into are all built to be something sensible to try. And if this tries to be so... I don't think this open world is as special as people say it is. Like, when you reach an Erd tree, you get a copy of the demon from Dark Souls 1 in every single one of them, with one very slight, like, elemental difference, you know? Yes, exactly so. Exactly so. Like, indeed, the lesser parts of this reminds you of Skyrim, like Dwemer Dungeon, Ancient Nord Grave Dungeon, Dwemer Ruin, so on. Like, this does the exact same thing, especially Erd trees. Like, Erd tree means it's a copy-paste the jail demon from Dark Souls 1 without a head. That's all it is. Like, remember when everyone was up in arms about in Lost Izalith in Dark Souls 1, there was the lower half of that one big enemy was copy-pasted around the area, you know? That's literally what they did here. In every Erd tree, there's the lower half of the demon jailer boss from Dark Souls 1. Just that boss without a head in every single one of the Erd trees. But yet this open world is perfect. Like, what? Like, they have a very, very tiny elemental difference and different amount of HP, and that's it. One of them is poison, one of them is red rot, one of them is vanilla. Like, I don't, like, it's a good game, but I really don't get, like, where the praise comes from in terms of the world design. It's very classic open world of every game, including the Ubisoft games and Elder Scrolls and so on and so on. Like, what? I don't, like, what do we even do with this, you know? Despite that, I suppose I'd landed at a point... Sorry. My food is, like, doing... Ugh. Despite that, I suppose it landed at a point in my life where I needed this, and it makes me happy. Oh, that's perfect. I had that with Cyberpunk. I'm not joking. When I played Cyberpunk 2077, I saw it had, you know, issues. The storytelling wasn't super interesting. It was actually pretty samey, and it was glitchy, but it worked okay enough for me, and I needed that game in that point of moment in my life, and I really liked the visuals and the world atmosphere a lot. And it just worked for me because I liked going through the game. I liked it a lot. Even with the issues, I don't shy away from the problems it has, but I really enjoyed it. Cyberpunk. Like, I don't know, like, I just needed that game at that point in my life. Damn straight. Joyful memories aren't the copy-paste of formula bits, but the legacy jails, the exploration over vast distances. Oh, sure. Which I suppose might call into question where it needs to be open world or open world on such a scale. That's my big issue, yeah. I don't think it needs to be. At all. Starting to feel the feeling that massive open worlds are too big to probably attend to detail everywhere on the map. Yes. My main, like, the best open world I can think of from the top of my head is Witcher 3. Because I remember looking at that world and I felt that almost every area looked as if the world was real. That creatures, people, monsters and such lived there. Like, every square meter felt like that to me. Like, there was this village here, and nearby it was like a battlefield, and that battlefield was unique to the entire game. There was no others like that. Every village was unique. In very, very unique ways. Similar architecture, but the placements of the houses, the main roads, or the lack thereof, all that stuff. And Witcher 3 was unique everywhere, I felt. Even, like, the way sometimes some of the monster nests were made. Like, I don't know. The weapons, combat mechanics, and lore are kind of what keeps me pumping. Maybe it just appeals to the magpie in me. I don't know. That's fair. Like, imagine this is... everything was genuinely unique. I mean, but that's kind of my point. If you can't handcraft your world, then maybe your world is too big. That's the thing. Like, you can recycle trees, you can recycle, you know, rocks, basic environmental assets, but not like the entire bit of the environment you're in. Like, again, the steps down the cliffs, I think, are really bad. The ruins of the buildings are all look the same. The, like, the... you know, the, like, half-circle ruins of buildings in especially this area. The half-circle buildings, they all look copy-paste exactly the same. It's kind of bad. Not a good look. The sarcophagi grids. Even the churches are copy-pasted. It just doesn't... It isn't okay. I mean, I don't. Lore reasons, I get that, but unless there's a literal reason where every church needs to look by their every stone the same. Like, cathedrals in the Christian world have like a floor plan of a cross, right? And churches have a similar basic idea in their build, but no two churches are exactly the same. Like, they have different sorts of wings, different sorts of towers. Some are wooden, some are stone. They're like it's just it doesn't. It just, I am so unimpressed by this open world that it's kind of like honestly bothering me. Like, it's not for me actually interesting to explore. I'm just I'm just saying that when I go through these areas, I'm trying to find like either bonfires, Lost Grace, whatever, or like a camp of enemies. Hopefully there's like a loot item. I'm trying to find caves, anything like that. The open area, I just run through and I hope, and I don't feel like I ever find anything interesting. It's very, very rare. Especially the different sorts of swamps. I'm on record many, many times over. I like swamps in video games usually because they teem with life. Like the swamp in the beginning of Morrowind. And I probably hate Blighttown less than anyone else in Dark Souls 1 because it's a swamp that still feels like it has life in it, It's just not too big, and it has different sorts of enemies, and the placement of the enemies and caves and other stuff in there is just interesting enough that it feels worth exploring it. These things here are just like, okay, there's 3 square kilometers, or 5, or 6, or 10 square kilometers of this, ankle-deep, very flat mush of liquid of 3 different colors. Well, of one of the 3. Clear, red, green. Right? And then it has, crabs, trees, nothing else. And I'm like... And you just, ride through that, then nothing, nothing, bonfire, nothing. Ugh. Oh, boy. I don't see the detailed open world so people are talking about. I don't, Lag Swamp, yes. The horse... Yeah. I know what you meant with the legacy stuff. I know. Don't worry about it, Iron Imp. I know. On foot, like old Dark Souls areas. I know. And I like those bits too, so far. Mostly. Miyazaki said in interview about poison swamps, I just can't help myself. I feel like I don't know whether to be flustered with man or get him help. I don't know. Yeah. I don't mind the poison swamps as such. I just... They're, the ones in this game are just not interesting. Hello. Oh, goody. Oh, it does get poisoned. That's fun. Good to know. Listen, my dude. Hopla! Yes. Oh, no. No. Not too bad. Right. Gonna do something, aren't you? opening, my guy. Come on. Show me what you got. Aha! Yes. Eat my... Not even close, we're fine. Alright. Come on. Let's just top off. Why not risk it, you know? Or why risk it? Don't do that. That's rude. Uh-huh. I'm like expecting an upward swing that doesn't come. Right. Alright. Oh, cool. Good for you. I'm gonna need... Okay, that looks fun. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Good for you. Come on. Aha! Have a good one. Bye. Bye-bye. Great Blade Phalanx. Yeah, it was fine. Okie dokie. Cool. Well, job done. Again, the reward was once again magic stuff, which doesn't really do anything for me, but Right. So what do we want to do? Oh, wait. Neat move indeed. Yes, I feel like I saw a scarab here. Let's go say hi. Hello. Oh, wow. That was quick, huh? Wait, what? Okay. Yeah, these dragonflies can go die in a fire. Like, jeez. That doesn't seem good. Sadly must sleep soon. Yeah, I should have slept like a long time ago. Yeah, but I appreciate the company nonetheless, Clank. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by, Clank, and I hope the sleep goes good. Not sure how to bring it across since it's not a mutual feeling, but the scope of the game kept hitting me hard, like Halo 1 for the first time or Ash Lake area in Dark Souls. Well, I'm glad it did things for you. I'm actually often a little annoyed by the fact that so much of the vistas are covered in mist. Like, looking forward from here, a lot of it is covered in mist, and I feel like it's almost always covered in mist, and I don't like it. I feel like the game is not allowing itself to look as good as it could. Or maybe it's just like, you know, saving the horsepower. But still kind of doesn't, you know. Really don't know what to make of these ones. I'll kill them all once to make sure that there's nothing here. Hello. Well, that's them. What is you? I sense a boss fight there, maybe. A bit of... I mean, yes, but a lot of it. It's so often... It's so often, like, weather effects that I feel like it's a little too much. Gotten marginally better at job at dealing with tiling at a distance, but it's not quite solved. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, but I feel like other games that go for vistas do it better, so... Again, Witcher 3 is one of them. Hi! Come on, come on, come on! Go! We're fine. Still fine. Oh, well that's fine too. Great enemy felled! Woo! Dragonheart. I still haven't gone to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion, wherever the hell that is, but cool! You get a dragon! Woo! Yeah, yes. Dragon felled. Right. Okay. Academy Glintstone Key. That sounds important. I hope it is important. Okay, so... I wonder if I missed an item by this running away from here, then, or... Or not. It hasn't come back, at least. Right. The four belfries I've checked out. I could open a teleporter there maybe, but I don't even know if it's worth it. I'll be now Rex I just did already, Folly on the Lake. Maybe I should try to get here. Sounds like a place to start. feel like there should be a bonfire here, but that's just me. Right. Hop in. Right, good, great. Alright. I'll try to check the island once more if the scarab is back. If I can reach it. Nice and easy. Well, it is there. Man, it gets away real quickly, though. Wow! Jeez. Bow and arrow, maybe? It seems like it's not gonna work, trying to melee that one. I believe I killed that Erd-tree boss on my own, I think, maybe. I think so. Bladen, hi, welcome. Glad to have you. I hope you're doing good. Oh, cool. There we are. Somber smithing stone. Boom. Had to do a bow and arrow. How have you been? Thank you for... Well, I mean, beat this the other night. Oh, cool. I very much have not beat this. What I did do what I, with robustness and anger said the last time that I would grind my character to a 50-50 strength dex build. So it took me 120 hours. And now I'm level 165. Because I felt like the stubbornness is just, I have enough of it to do that, so here we are. I basically didn't like do much of meaningful progress though. Faith strength build. Okay, of course I end up with a sword and its sword was Art of OP. I believe you, yeah. I have had an oh, it's a cool. Haven't gotten this before. I've had a time of... I think the game is good, but it has a lot of problems. And for most of the stream, I've been talking about the issue that FromSoft games don't get criticism where they should get it. And therefore, the games don't improve because of that environment of media. So... which is a problemo. Right. Temple Quarter. Hello. That looks like a bad time, so let's just kill him. And kill you. Oh, hello. Primed crystal, but... eh. Game is flawed, but I still thought it was top contender for Game of the Year. I would need to rethink what's been... I mean, I'm never a good person to ask what good games have come out this year. I very rarely get a chance to play games at launch. This is the one exception, basically. Oh, and, well... Oh, right, but Forza Horizon 5 was last year as well. That's true. Would you? Man, when even flowers are after you. Run into... The biggest issue I have is endgame bosses have overtuned specific... Seem overtuned like 2 of them. Yeah, that's probably... I believe you. This game has a lot of numbers difficulty. Like, add a lot of health and a lot of damage instead of something interesting. Ran into a couple that just destroyed me with no chance of avoiding the damage. And the game is too big for its own good. Yes. This is... Like, I've talked the whole day about how, for a series that's really big into detailed environmental storytelling, this game is almost completely in its open world areas. It's, open areas of basically nothing, and copy-pasted assets, and identical cellars, and catacombs, and churches, and that sort of stuff. Which doesn't... I don't like it. And a lot of the assets, like the sarcophagi grids and so on, are very, very, very samey. I don't like it. Not another Game of the Year contender, but by a lot, at least not that I've seen. I would need to recheck what's been coming out, but if a big game comes out at like March, that's usually a good contender already right there. You have no problem with this stuff. The churches are there to provide sacred tears. There's plenty of quests, don't care about the recycled stuff. Oh, that's fine, you don't have to. I do. In a Souls game, well... Souls game. But I do. It bothers me. Because it just creates a lot of empty space where there's nothing interesting to see or find, and I don't think that's where this kind of a game excels. Or any game, really. And it makes the world always less and less interesting if there's copy-pasted stuff that seems obvious. Damn, at the moment I need smithing stone 3s. Alright. Yeah, again, these things. I feel this is just weird. Always the same grids of sarcophagi. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't even give anything interesting, just more of the same rune items. I don't know. Loot quality. Important. This is not great at that. Just give it to me, please. There you go. Cool. Oh, another rune bear. Cool. Anything to, don't see anything worth getting there. There we are. Right. I love it when I can't hit them when they're down, but they can hit me when I'm down. Gotta love that. No, I haven't beaten the game, so yeah, not even close. I've basically gotten nowhere yet. So, you have our opinions. Yeah. That's fine. I've had plenty of back and forth with people who've been in chat. Too big for you, as in there was too much stuff. Didn't get fatigued at all. Oh, okay. Got fatigued by it being huge, and I spent many hours in it. Yeah, I mean, I can see that too. I've had that happen in a bunch of Assassin's Creed games in the previous ones. Recycled content is fine for this game itself. Okay, I mean, there's not many open world games that recycles stuff at this level. Oops, sorry. Let me rephrase that. There's not. There's many open world games, and in fact, most open world games recycle stuff at this sort of a rate and level. Yes, but the ones that are supposed to be like one of the great games of our time, they don't. Like Witcher 3, in my opinion, doesn't. And again, a game with this amount of buzz in it, I feel like the level design is kind of mediocre, like the world design, because it recycles that much stuff, and it makes it all around less and less interesting to explore, especially indeed the open world bits. First time playing, yeah, 121 hours to only have what you have in the map cleared. I can see where complaints become an issue. Yeah. Like, I'm already tired of, like, running through these swamps, for example. Not because I hate swamps. I actually like swamps in games, but it's all samey. It just, I don't see anything interesting in there. It's just all a flat environment of the same. The swamps or grasslands or the rot, swamp, the rot land, whatever you call it. Wait, what? Really? And that. This is not a world problem, but a problem that's comes from the item crafting bit. This thing. Number one, the crafting system is really, really basic and kind of uninteresting. That's number one. Number two is that because the crafting system is here, it makes the loot in this game really garbage. Like, in actual previous FromSoft games, when you see a corpse with an item on it, right? In basically anywhere. In Dark Souls games, it usually has one of these few things. A Souls item, right? Sometimes it can be fire bombs, like a usable, like a belt item, right? A firebomb, throwing knife, something like that. At least those, or better, a weapon, armor, shield, torch, a piece of armor set, something meaningful and interesting. Something in at least, like, all the loot in Dark Souls games is meaningful in the sense that it's at least a soul item or arrows or a indeed like a firebomb or something. Those three. Oh, also, Iron Name, thank you for being here and have an excellent one, and be well to you too. So those at least, right? In this game, when you find a corpse with like, oh, it's an item, and it gives me 5 of goddamn like crystal glint fireflies or whatever. Where are you? These glintstone fireflies. I have 909 of these, and I've sold north of 3,000 at least. The crafting system is really basic and uninteresting to me. Like, why can't we just buy the stuff if it's gonna be this boring? And it makes the loot you find on corpses, and even in treasure chests oftentimes, garbage. Like, the loot is meaningless garbo. It's just like, ugh. So boring and bland. Like, come on. Oof. Hello. How far have you gotten your map in the story? The story is a question I could never probably answer. I don't understand, like, the story is so inaccessible that I don't know anything really about it. Like, the story is, as far as I can understand, about, fixing the Elden Ring. I don't know. Cool. Friendly fire? Yes? Yes. Thanks. Nah, fuck off. Also, way too many things are area of effect fire garbage. I hate it. How come the trees even grow here? There's no area for their roots. I've beat Elden Ring and I'm back on my Final Fantasy challenge. I beat 1 before Elden Ring, now I'm gonna beat 2 big I believe, yeah, 2 I've heard is pretty hard. I've also beaten 1 on a Nokia Lumia phone of all things. Wow. Ah, okay. I got damaged by nothing. Cool. Well, good find. Smithing Stone 3 I'm always into. Needed one anyway. Alright. I hear a scarab somewhere, but I don't know. These useless NPCs always just like...
You...
Yes, yes.
Miquella's favor can be yours. Slaughter. Slaughter. Slaughter.
I'm trying.
The all-hearing slaughtered. But alas, it was for naught. But all you need do is snatch it from the big pot. Pity the poor, poor fool.
I don't know what it is, but I'm so don't have the patience to listen to these. I don't know why.
You, please.
Right, fine. Yeah, somewhere there's a scarab, I just don't know where. I saw an item again in there, but but again, it's probably just like crafting materials. Like, yay! Ah, there. No. Thanks, let's not do that. That. Man, that's a tough one. Yeah, no. Game? Good God. Game. Item. Jesus. I mean, I mean, arrows is on the lower end of anything interesting, but you know, fine. Right, but good luck on FF2 for sure. I hope it goes good. All right. Well, I'll just need to get down there later and try to get that done. But yeah, it looks to me like the fire chariot or whatever is immortal and can't be dealt with, so bye. So that's dumb. Again, artificial difficulty for the sake of being garbage. Simple map, check in inventory. Seems to point to a meeting place. The man that came from surely desired one. The sole means of gaining entry into the academy, a glintstone key. Okay. I actually haven't checked any of these. I sort of thought that they would just give stuff on the map, but no. I'll worry about these later. Oh, for fuck. Alright. Okay. Cool. Here we have this then. Alright. Oh boy. I think I feel like calling it a day is a thing to do. So yeah, let's see, is there, nope, not really anything to send. Cool, okay. Alright, well, with that, I think we're good to call it a day. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching so far. I hope we enjoyed, and, if you have, it would literally help so much to get the channel going somewhere if you feel like doing the act of smashing the like button and subscribing, because, you know, this is how I try to make something of my life, I suppose, so I hope it's at least entertaining. And I hope you've enjoyed. I have no clue how much if I'll be finishing Elden Ring. I am a Dark Souls vet, but it's this world is really, really big and really, really uninteresting. I don't know. But with that said, I hope you've enjoyed. Have a good one, and bye-bye.